Hello, everybody. This is attorney Zoe Zhang-Louie. I'm here to share with you guys another session of immigration. My law firm is Zhang-Louie PLLC, and we help entrepreneurs and self-starters live and work in the U.S. without the constraints of their immigration statuses. So, as you guys may have heard, in June 18th, the Biden administration issued new guidance on parole in place, and another second part of the guidance was streamlining employment-based non-immigrant visas for U.S. college graduates working in a field related to their degrees. So we're talking about in here we want the first consideration in this session. I want to go into a little bit more about this new guidance and how it can apply to some DACA or those that's been here, without status, or those that are here in working in DACA, our dreamers, if you will. So first, we do have to consider what are considered dual intent visas. These are your H-1Bs, L-1s, O visas, which we do a lot of. And what comes might be in a gray area is your TN visa and your E2 investor visas may be applied. But O visas is pretty clear, recently issued guidance that, even if you have a pending adjustment of status, you can still renew. So here we go. So for a lot of these cases, there's a waiver for waiver of unlawful presence called the D3 waiver, and it can be used only for non-immigrant visas, so H-1Bs, Ls, and Os. And your D3 waivers waives unlawful presence. That's for three. If you guys know, in the regulations, if you've been here unlawfully for more than 180 days and less than a year, and you leave and come back more than 3 years, more than 180 days, and less than a year of unlawful presence. So without status, and you leave and try to come back, you would be barred from seeking immigration benefit. You're barred from coming back for 3 years if you have been here unlawfully for more than a year, and you leave and try to seek immigration benefits to come into the US, you would be barred from doing that for 10 years. So the D3 waiver is able to, if you use it correctly, is able to waive that. The new the D3 waiver is a balancing act. So there are considerations, and let me show you. So it's a balancing act to consider whether the recency and seriousness of the activity, and it considers the reasons of the proposed travel to the US. So working for an employer is a good reason, and positive, negative effect of any of the planned travel to the US on travel on US public interests, whether there's a single isolated incident. So if it's it's only one time, or if it was only one event that caused you to be out of status, any evidence of rehabilitation. And what this new guidance essentially added was a consideration that in general, right here where I've highlighted, in general, you should consider cases where the applicant has graduated with a degree from an institution of higher education in the US, or has earned credentials to engage in skilled labor in the US, and is seeking travel to commence or continue employment with a US employer in a field related to education that he has attained. to have a positive effect on US public interests. So the administration essentially takes us to say that, you know, the hey CBP officer, hey consulate, you should recommend the waiver to the CBP admissions office, and that's the next step. So once that's approved, then you can get your visa to come in to the US. You know, so we have not seen the actual practice of it, but if you see anything in the news recently in terms of employment-based visas, this is how it applies. If you're DACA, if you're being told you might need to leave in order to change your status to an H-1B or an old visa, well, there's more hope now in considering you know, for the consular officer to consider your acceptance through this waiver. Um, it's good to consider these alternatives because recently courts have signaled that DACA status could end when you in 2025 there could be a ruling that ends DACA. So yeah, if you guys, you know, I mean, we specialize in self petitions and old visas, and we could be starting some podcasts on TN visas with another attorney that specializes in that. If you're interested, please subscribe, and so you can follow up for future updates on possible, you know, TN visa work. Comment below if you guys are interested. And of course, you know, thanks for listening today. Have a good day.